to give you documentations, girl.
Oh my God, do. Somebody please say it ain't so. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Docs Daily, where you get highly classified documentations from your boy, Sean Blasey. Ha ha ha. But ain't nothing funny though. AZ come off like the nicest guy in the world, but you can't be a former kingpin if you ain't never put no work in. You cannot be one of New York's most ruthless drug dealers if you ain't never caught nobody. But his image in the public make it seem like he's just some good teddy bear that ain't never did nothing wrong. Alpo and Rich was the ones doing all of the crimes, as if you wasn't they boss. As if you wasn't Alpo's boss that gave him orders. You didn't order none of them hits. You mean to tell me Alpo was under you and he was more ruthless than you? I think AZ is way more sneakier than a lot of people believe, because it was only two rivals left from that whole 80s era in Harlem, and that's Alpo and AZ. And before Alpo passed, they were supposed to be doing an interview together, and somebody didn't want that to happen because a whole lot of information was gonna come out. With this research I did, it's safe to say that AZ is more dangerous than Alpo. And that's why my question for y'all is, do y'all think AZ had something to do with Alpo's passing? Because remember, AZ had a baby with Rich's sister, and this little girl all grown up. And it's like, damn, Dad, how you gonna be cool with the enemy? How you gonna be chopping it up with Alpo after what he did? This was AZ's family Alpo was messing with. But here go the crazy part we gonna get into in this documentary. When Rich's brother went missing and he needed them bricks to get his brother back, AZ fronted him the bricks. And the reason why he did it is because your little brother is like my little brother, because I'm with your sister, and your little brother is my daughter's uncle. So of course I gotta help you out to get your brother back. But did he send Alpo to get those bricks back from Rich? Because this the same man that wouldn't open the safe when he was getting robbed and his auntie and all his family was up in there. He wouldn't open the safe to give them the money, and his aunt wound up getting killed. He wound up getting shot. So this the same dude that gave Rich them bricks to go get his brother back, and then all of a sudden Alpo know about it. He get the bricks back, meet with AZ the next day. Something ain't right about this. We're about to get into this, but before we do, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, man. Also hit that notification button. Don't forget to hit that Cash App too. $ Sean Blaze Docs. I would really appreciate it. But before I continue, let me say this. This is all alleged. It's speculation. Maybe Dame Dash made up this paid in full movie to make it seem like Alpo was a good guy or AZ was a bad guy or vice versa. We don't know as of yet, but best believe we're about to get into it. Without further ado, let's get into these highly classified documentations, man. Most think Alpo Martinez was killed over old school beefs. Other people want to argue that it has something to do with something recent. Alpo was messing with somebody's girlfriend and the dude got jealous. But this is the thing about it. AZ always going on and on about how on Halloween he had a vision from the great divine, and then Alpo get killed on Halloween, and AZ ties it into his own story. And mind you, it's a new year. His daughter getting older. He got grandkids, and Alpo out here running the street, and you done took their uncle away from their family. We continue our coverage and discussion about Alpo Martinez, the legendary Harlem drug dealer from the 80s and 90s who was gunned down in Harlem. October 31st, Alberto Martinez was known as the mayor of Harlem, who became the #1 cocaine dealer in NYC and the crack king of Washington, D.C. before his arrest in 1991. Why would they give him that title as if he wasn't working for AZ? He was charged with 14 murders and drug trafficking, and to avoid jail time, Alpo testified against his former friends and other drug lords, and he got 35 years. He was out in 25 in 2015. How come he ain't snitch on AZ? That's where he was getting all his work from, but he didn't mention AZ one time. I'm trying to tell y'all, AZ is more ruthless than Alpo in my opinion. You don't want to cross this man. He come off like he's a nice guy, but ain't no way you got somebody like Alpo under your thumb and you a nice guy. Alpo got killed on October 31st, and AZ got a very interesting story about October 31st. Y'all need to take a listen at this, man.
Our Halloween became Thanksgiving, man. We had full steaks. That was the first time we ever had a feast. When I got shot, August 20th, 1987, dude put the gun to my forehead, pulled the trigger. My spirit left, and I went into that sun in the shape of a cross, brother. And I asked God, I said, I don't want to live. I don't want to die. And I came back. And when I came back, I understand why. On Halloween. But it's so deep that we'll be here forever if I really explain the whole story to you. But I know now why. Because it is the thought that creates the way.
Now, people didn't know this about AZ, but this is Africa Bang Bottoms. And people didn't know that because he's so slick. He's so sly. People don't know what to think about this man. I'm trying to tell y'all, in order to be a notorious kingpin like that, you have to manipulate people. He's the founder of hip hop, and ain't no telling what he did with them little boys. Now, this is all alleged news, but this story about Halloween and how he had a divine intervention ties into what happened to Alpo the same night that Alpo saw the light, and it's all tied in together, y'all.
In that same meeting, he was telling me he had a situation where he was about to get a movie deal and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to need you on this because I can't tell my life without you, eh? I'm going to need you on this. I said, yo, brother, when the proposal comes to whatever, get at Sherm and he'll get at me. I said, all right. He left, I left. Years went past, 3 or 4 years went past. I think that might have been like 2019 when we did that. Time go on. A woman contacted me. We know her, but I'm not saying no names because that's not important. Yo, hey, I got a situation with this lawyer. He want to do something with you and Alpo. He wants y'all to meet. He want to test y'all temperature together because he got something where it was going to be an interview, 60 minutes or whatever was ready. I don't know. He was saying all this great stuff. He felt like the world was ready for us to talk to the world, Q&A, and they think this would be really big, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, let me explain to y'all what's going on here. Alpo wanted AZ to come do an interview with him on 60 Minutes, putting everything on the table. Now, Alpo back in Harlem. People in Harlem looking at him crazy. But he like, y'all looking at me crazy, but this man was my boss. He was the one calling the shots. If y'all need to be looking at anybody crazy, it's him. But how can you get somebody so slick and so sly to tell the truth to clear this man's name? Well, let's get these lawyers involved. Let's sit him down, check his temperature, record this live, and they get you in the middle of an interview. That's how they can bring it out to the world. You thinking it's all peaches and cream. They start hitting you with them hard questions, and Alpo sitting right across the table from you, and he know if you lying or not, and he got his story, and when things start to add up to the public, you gonna be out here looking crazy. But as you will see, the interview never took place.
I'm like, all right. He came to the meeting. I was at the meeting. She was at the meeting. We talked. Hotel lobby area, we talked. And we agreed. Right? So the lawyer said, I'm going to email you the contracts or whatever in a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks passed. He emailed the contract. I'm looking at it. I ain't like it. A few things. Me and my team, we went over it. I wasn't feeling it. So I called the dude. I said, yo, bro, I want to record you. I want to record you telling me play-by-play with these contracts. Me. So he said, all right, no problem. He said, I'm going to record it just as well. I said, no problem. So he recorded it. And that was that Wednesday.
See, that's when you blackmailing somebody. when you gotta record conversations and you trying to get all your ducks in a row. What's the big deal? If you put everything out on the table, you done told your story a billion times. What is it that you left out that you worried about? What's the point in going through all this recording and making sure? And this is Alpo. He the biggest crook. If anything, it's gonna make you look good, right? But nah, it wasn't gonna go as smooth like that because it's a bunch of the story that's left out. And we about to get into that. And I ain't trying to be speaking on street business because I ain't from the streets. I just do highly classified documentations and people be sending me information. So I ain't trying to end up like Tasha K, especially not with no street dudes. Because this dude AZ trying to tell y'all he dangerous. Y'all got to pay attention to this.
He said, I need to get this done really quick because I got some investors ready to go on this. I'm like, all right, no problem. I said, that Sunday, I'll be ready to sign. I'll tell you yay or nay that Sunday. Right? That Sunday came. I get a phone call early in the morning, bro. Yo, they killed your man. Who you talking about? Alpo got killed. Fuck you talking about, man?
Wait a minute. Hold up. The same day he was going to sign the contract to do this exclusive interview with Alpo that was going to put everything on the table. Because look, Alpo in Harlem like, man, if anybody need to be out of Harlem, it need to be this dude. Y'all don't understand. I was working for A. We about to put this on the table tonight. But right before they did the interview, and remember that story he was saying about Halloween and how God gave him the power on Halloween and then Alpo died on Halloween. Do y'all need me to connect these dots some more? Because I do it, man. All y'all got to do is let me know.
I ain't believe my hang up. I knew the girl that set up the meeting. She was close with him. I called her immediately. What happened? She crying when I pick up the phone. I was like, wow, it must be true. Yeah, he dead, eh? You keep crying. I'm like, wow, get the fuck out of here, bro. The same day I was going to sign Halloween, I get this phone call. I was like, wow.
Let's backtrack a little bit before we continue on, just in case y'all ain't hear what he said about Halloween.
And I asked God, I said, I don't want to live. I don't want to die. And I came back. And when I came back, I understand why now. My mother sent me to the store with a loaf of bread. That means to feed people, my brother. But it wasn't my mother. It was God. On Halloween. But it's so deep that we'll be here forever if I really explain the whole story to you. But I know now why. Because it is the thought that creates the way.
Like he said, it's the thought that creates the way. And he been thinking about this for a long time because this video I'm showing y'all came out in like 2012 before Alpo even came home from jail. So he been dwelling on this for a long time.
When I was 9 years old, brother, something happened to me spiritually when I was 9 on Halloween, bro. And I told this story before. It's in my book. And I said it maybe on another platform somewhere before. But that made this whole story make sense to me, bro. And that's the movie that needs to be done from a spiritual perspective to make everybody see that this shit is deeper than what we see on the surface, bro.
Hold on. First he did the Paid in Full movie. Now he talking about doing a whole nother movie to bring this full circle. He like, forget doing the interview with you. I ain't got to do that. If I take you out the game on Halloween, and this circle back to my story I said in my book and stuff I said in interviews, I'm gonna be rich. Why is it a few days after Alpo passed away, AZ on VladTV telling his story all over again about the Alpo situation?
God don't make no mistakes, bro. For this man to lose his life on Halloween, after a Halloween party, wearing a Louis Vuitton Jason mask, bro. That's spooky within the matrix of it all, if you could understand where I'm coming from. Fuck the snitch and the killer. Wow, bro.
Yo, he was a hustler. What do y'all expect him to be? He been hustling since way back in the day. He's an old man now. He got so much wisdom, so much game, so much charisma to where he can get out of anything. He don't dodge the feds, moved all that blow, ain't never did no time in jail. He way slicker than Alpo. I'm just being real, y'all. And then how you gonna say rest in peace to Alpo after he done killed your daughter's uncle?
And let us say this, bro. To all those that lost their lives in the game, B, let's give them a moment of silence. And may Alpo's soul rest in peace.
Alpo was trying to get rid of AZ because he knew what was going on. AZ said, Alpo tried to kill me right after he killed Rich Porter. Probably because he felt bad about what you had him do. And if you know that Alpo tried to kill you before, what make you think that he wouldn't try to do it again? You got a loose cannon out here running the streets. And you the only person on his checklist that he ain't get to check off. Everybody else got checked off of his hit list except for you. And you think everything's sweet. But he like, man, I need him to live so the truth can come out. I can't tell my story in jail. People in Harlem, they think I'm a rat, but they don't know the whole story. I'm gonna go to Harlem, reconnect with the people and expose the real culprit in this situation. I was just a worker. I did what this man told me to do. That was my job. Y'all seen the movie Paid in Full? Whatever you want, B. That's what I'm here for. What's the point of having soldiers if you can't use them? Was AZ really using his soldiers in real life? Y'all gonna have to let me know, man. Because why would you give that man all them bricks to get his brother back? Because that's your baby mom's brother. And then you have one of your hitters go get the bricks back. And how was you gonna recoup the money that you gave Rich? Like, what was you gonna tell your connect? I gave him 50 bricks to get his brother back. How was you gonna pay that back? If that's the case, just give him the money so he can get his brother back. But just to show loyalty to the family, to make it seem like you really trying to help out, don't take my money, because I can't get that back. Take these bricks, and I'm gonna send Alpo to get them bricks. And hey, I tried. It's Alpo. He's the bad man, not me. Look, I don't know this for sure. Y'all gonna have to let me know in the comment section. Like I said, these are all allegations and speculations. Shout out to AZ, man. This is just what people talk about in the street. I don't know for sure. But one thing for sure, y'all need to do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, also hit that notification button. Don't forget to show me some love. Hit that Cash App too. $ Sean Blaze Docs. And for all you beautiful ladies out there, you know I got mad love for you, mama. And you already know why I do these videos.
Risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give